Alrighty guys, what is up? And back for another video here. Today it is March 1st if we look at the watch here, which is dead. But today is March 1st, as we can see right here. And I do have some updates on these cuttings. So they have grown significantly. These were the original two that were placed here. You can see, and this middle one is just kind of shaded out, but fills in the middle, was placed newly. But you can see the two ends ones we placed have produced so many leaves. Just bringing them inside, taking them off that cutting that I took in the first video, off that spot in the ground, and look at what we've got. Tons of growth, and look at all the roots that have formed on these. I mean, they're kind of tangled together, but there's a lot of roots there. And these things suck water down really fast. Within a day, these are already half sometimes. So it really sucks water down. You can see the second one too. Many nice leaves on that one with a ton of roots actually almost growing out of the cup. As you can see there. Really crazy how good these things root. You can't even get them apart now, actually. This one I've been taking apart. You can see just this one stem, how many little feeder roots and other roots it's got on it. So then you can plant these like this. For experimental purposes, I'm leaving these in here for as long as they will till they grow. I might put a couple in soil and just see how long, just so I can learn, just experiment with things, see how long these can grow in without a dormancy period. So we'll just see there. They're probably going to start yellowing within a few months based on my prior experience. But you can really put these in an area for decoration, and they really do work for a while. And that's what I'm trying to kind of discover. And these I'm going to do the same with, but I have a more serious thought for these. I'm going to plant these in a row out in the field. And look at the roots already coming out of the willow stem. That is really amazing. These take a little longer to root, but they're much more successful to root. So anyway, let's finish with the aspens. These are all, probably these ones are about 45 days old. These are about 30 days old, around that range. And it takes about 20 days for them to actually start rooting. These ones you can see have not quite got much roots on them yet. You can still pull them out individually. You just see there's a couple hairs on each one. But they'll start too, so they'll all get pretty dense. Obviously nothing like these other ones. You can see there. So there's the aspens. And then now for these willows. The willow, this is a white willow that I took, or no, actually this is a bay willow right here. They're both pretty the same. The bay willow can withstand a little more drought than the white willow can, but they both need tons of water. You can see here, if I get the lens up here, look at that, we've got some growth. Finally, these ones took a while, about 20 days. But you can see there's definitely some growth on the stems there. And let's pull one out of the water here and take a look at it. Nice purple, pinkish root. Isn't that cool? You don't really see that as much on the other ones. They're kind of more of a white on the aspens. But you can see we got growth there. Let me get it in the sun so you guys can see this. You get, the growths there. Pretty dang cool. I'm trying to get my camera to work. Man, this thing don't work very well. But look at that. You can see all these little white spots on here are new roots ready to form off the end of this. So I'll put that one in there again. The smaller ones have even more roots because they root faster. Let's take a look at this really thin one. Well, I guess this one doesn't have much yet, but they all depend on kind of how you had them placed and what they're getting. You can see if we look inside this cup, we're gonna have some dense roots in this one too. I've rooted some huge stems, so you can really root any type of willow stem you want in any water or any soil, and it'll grow just fine. Because willows are literally, I think, the most in the world easy to root, just from a cutting propagation. So yeah, pretty interesting there. But this is a quick look at all these cuttings. These have been placed a while ago and don't have much growth yet, so I will update on these again on the 1st of April or earlier if something does come up. But that's currently what we're looking at on those. So we'll see you guys in the next one.